Alright guys, so today we try to play the firewall and the web server in our Linux Ubuntu. The firewall in Linux, we have IP table and the UFW. The IP table is a little bit complicated, but that's very powerful, which suits for the expert about the Linux. And in terms of the UFW, you may think this is like Ubuntu firewall. No, this is for uncomplicated firewall. So for the UFW, that's really handy and good for the fresh user. Okay, it's friendly for the fresh user. So we can sudo UFW, check the status, or inactive. So let's try to enable it. Then we can check the status. So far we have like 4 root here. Right, we can have 4 root here. Let's say we delete some root. Let's say we delete root 2. The SSH has been deleted, and we can take a look at the status. Right, the v6 version, we can also delete it. The third root, so we can find out the root 6 also been deleted, and that's for the SSH. You can say we allow SSH. Okay, then you will find out these 2 roots are back. Hey Linchen, how can we know the syntax or the command here? So normally I go check the help, but this one's invalid. But anyway, we can get the most common command here. Okay, so feel free to check and play here for our firewall. Okay, for our firewall. And then let's try to play the web server. No matter which experiment we're gonna do, first thing I highly suggest is like we sudo apt-get update and upgrade. So keep this habit. Okay, keep this habit. And then we can get the web server. We try to install the Apache 2. Let's give it some time. Okay, it's done. So we can take a look. Sudo syst control clt ctl. Our Apache is active. It should be active. Yes, active, because once we install that, it will enable and active by default. Is that enabled? Oh, maybe it's not a good command. I think we should give a D, right? Yes, enabled, right? So we can check the status. Yes, it's active, right? It's active. Okay, now our Apache is active. So we can, oh, here we have a warning here, because we can locate the FQDN, we call the fully qualified domain name. So we need to configure the server name for us. Okay, we need to configure this. I think that's in Apache Apache. Yes, all the configuration file should be here, right? Can we nano that? So let's give a server name. Server name, let's say web server. Let's say techmint, right? techmint.com, for example. So don't forget to save the change. Oh, permission denied. I don't have a permission. So we should sudo it. Right. And then we can go to our sample. Let's say we server name web server techmint.com, and we save the change, exit. Now we need to Apache 2 ctl, and we should test this config. I think it's config test. Syntax is okay. All right, so let's try to ctl restart our Apache 2, and then we can take the status. See, now we don't have the warning. Right, this warning is gone because we already give a FQDM to it. All right, so the error is gone. And let's try to go to our firewall. Let's try to allow the HTTP and HTTPS, right? Because we will try to play that. So we need these two protocols. Yes, we have 8 protocols here. We just add in our, 8 rule here. We just add, right? MyCircle 22 for the SSH, 8443, that's for the HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, so we can reload it. All right, good. So let's clear screen. So right now, we can verify it. Either Google Chrome, right? We can, we have here address already. It works. It works. Nice. And how about our client? Let's say we give one more time. Yes, it works. Okay, it works. Now we can replace the file, like it says, do some extra stuff. So we already know the locations here for the file. Let's try to create a new virtual machine, give the web server. So first thing is, I forgot, where is it? For www.html. So let's go there anyway. www and HTML, right? Okay, good. So far we just had a default one, right? Don't check it. I don't want to check it. So let's try to make a new one. Let's try to say sudo make directory I want to build it here, let's say Linux desktop. Okay, Linux desktop info. All right, and once we have that, don't forget to give it permission. So we first sudo change owner first. Let's say Linchen with the permission. We could say for the var and ht linux. Okay, why doesn't show up? Oh, I see. Is that the baby L? No such directory. Hey, I just create that there. Oh, I see. It should be the current directory, right? Where I got my... Where is that? Anyway, let's try to get one more. Okay, now it's here. I don't know where I get that. Okay, so change owner and sudo. We try to give the permission. And say my dear. Yes, forgot to on that. Don't forget the weight. Let's say 775. Don't forget give the weight. And then let's say sudo nano var html. Okay, good. Index.html. I try to create the HTML here. To save our time, I just copy paste. Okay, I just copy paste. So as usual, don't forget we have the HTML with the head and with the body. Okay. So I save it, exit. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. And then keep going. We nano. Oh, in case we sudo it, nano. We go to the etc. Yeah. Sorry. Apache 2 site available. And ours is Linux desktop, I remember, right? Desk. Okay. Desktop info and the configure file. And let's try to give the configure file. It's a virtual host. 80. So virtual host. We try to give server name sorry, server name Linux desktop dot info and give a server nickname Linux desktop info. Argument, the root is located at the var ml desktop dot info, which is the root address, which is the path address to our index. Error log we give to the log Apache 2 desktop info. That's an error, right? So give a error log dot log. And also we have the custom log var log Apache 2 Linux desktop info assets log. It's combined. It's combined. So double check. Server name Linux desktop info, alias Linux desktop, documents location Linux desktop, error log custom log. I think it's fine. We can save it. Okay, so we can save it. And then let's sudo to cite our Linux desktop info, our config file, and to run this, as always, we sudo, just like it says, clt reload Apache 2 server or not server, that's the same idea. And then we can take a look. Our domain name is Linux desktop .info. Yeah, cannot open. Let me take a look. Okay, I find out the reason. Because for this one we didn't play the DNS. So for the Linux desktop cannot be resolute to the IP address. Then what we can do? We can do some trick to modify our host file. Okay, so what I did is like I nano the host and I just modified this domain name and point to myself. Okay, it's kind of like we try to fool the our HTTP. Okay, for the DNS, I fool the domain name to our local host, to our virtual machine, and I save the change. Okay, don't forget you sudo that and restart it. Okay, restart your system network. Okay, once you do that, and then you can visit our Linux desktop.info. You can see our virtual host here. Okay, you can see the virtual host here. All right. I believe we can also play it here. I'm not sure. I can try, but we need to find out the host file in the Windows. I'm not pretty sure. Let me Google that. It is system. Okay. It is Windows system. No, system 32. I remember I used to play that when we do some trick, and then drivers etc and host. Can we open with the notepad? They're all common, right? We can give 168.4.129 Linux desktop.info. Okay, we save the change, close it, and we call Linux desktop.info. Yes. Okay, so it works here as well. Okay, works here as well. One more thing to make sure you can access the virtual machine for the web server, you need to make sure your both virtual machines can connect together. For me, I give the net. Okay, you know net, right? Network address translation. Okay, for my both machine. Okay, for my both machine, I give the net. Oh, sorry, no Win10. This one. Okay, they're both on net. All right, so that's today's demo. Hope you can find out your solution to achieve that. Thank you for your time, and as always, please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.